Welcome back to this Mental Health of Youth podcast. We are sitting with Dr. Imran Versi. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about substance use and drug use in the youth. So, our first question would be, what is substance abuse and what are the different types of it?
Okay. So with regards to drug or substance abuse, we have several drugs. So we refer to this concept of substance use disorder or drug-induced psychosis when someone has been using this type of drugs and it has affected them mentally. So many drugs and substances are available in today's time. We have alcohol, which is the most common globally used, misused, abused substance ever, which is legal in everywhere, nearly everywhere, in most places. And then you have of course tobacco, nicotine, cigarette smoking. You have opioids, codeine, morphine, oxycodone, hydrocodone. You have stimulants like amphetamines, whereby people take them for having a boost of energy or productivity. You have hallucinogens as well, which alter the perception of reality. So MDMA, LSD, DMT, PCP, etc. You have cannabis. So you have so many types of drugs and substances that people use, and it can affect them in different and various ways.
Can you tell us some of the symptoms of people using drugs?
So with regards to symptoms of someone taking a certain substance or drug, it's very difficult because each and every person reacts differently. And the other challenge is that with substance use, the symptoms kind of mimic other conditions. Like for example, substance drug-induced psychosis, when they have psychosis because of the drugs, like hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, etc., it can mimic other conditions like schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, etc. But generally, within the youth, you can it's like a Venn diagram, right? You have two things that are similar. So you have bunking school, for example. You have poor academic drop in performance. You could also have self-isolation. Sometimes you'll find that the parents complain that money is being stolen somewhere, somehow from my cupboard. So usually the children will go and pick the money to go and buy drugs, which is nowadays very easily available and very cheap. And very common, right? Another issue is, you see, the children are very smart, right? The young teenagers are extremely smart. There's a case of a young boy who was into drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and these type of substances, and marijuana as well. His parents didn't know. Now the interesting thing is that he used to do all of this in his own home. How he used to do it is, he used to tell his parents, I'm calling in a few friends of mine and we're going to study, the night out or indoor study overnight. And they used to do all of these things in his own room, and the parents did not know about it. Later on, when he developed certain symptoms, is when they were alert. So you could have people, such type of symptoms and signs, whereby somebody has memory loss. Sometimes dizziness could cause physical symptoms, like those typical bloodshot eyes, etc. So these are all the red flags to look out and watch out for when you want to, when you are inquiring about somebody, or you want to know whether somebody is into substance and drug use
Or not, yeah. So our next question is, how can a person fall into using drugs out of nowhere?
So you could have several causes, so family conflicts, psychological distress, etc. But because of time, if I were to summarize it into two major causes, one is lack of parental supervision when it comes to their children. Unfortunately, and I don't know why now in today's time and age, you'll find that parents are very much detached from their children, in the sense that they do not want to be aware, or they are not aware of what the children are doing. A similar case of a young teenager as well, who got so much freedom that when he used to ask his parents for money, mom, dad, I'm going out, no questions asked. I need money. Okay, how much do you want? No questions asked. What are you going to do with the money? Where are you going? Who are you going with? What time will you be back? I'll be back late. Okay, here are the house keys. So, this extreme level of freedom is really, really damaging to someone who will end up into peer pressure thereafter. Interestingly, another cause is, so we talked about the extreme level of freedom. However, on the other end, interestingly, research has shown that even excessive discipline, like those dictatorship when it comes to parents with children, when you put your child into a metaphorical prison and you confine him within four walls, like no extracurricular activities, no football, nothing, no, that will also lead the child to try to find a way to burst out or let go, and these people also end up into substance and drug use. So we need to find a balanced way whereby parents are in communication with their children. There is no extreme freedom, and on the other hand there is no extreme confinement as well. So these are some of the things that will really help when it comes to parents generally seeking to find a way out for the children.
So what are the risks and consequences of drug use?
Well, the risks and consequences of drug use could be several, ranging from family conflicts, social consequences, physical consequences. The transmissions of STDs and STIs, HIV, hepatitis is very prevalent with drug users. And furthermore, also, you could have many mental health issues as well. The problem that we face in the mental health institute or hospital that I'm at is that whenever somebody comes in with a drug use problem and he or she has been taking drugs for a long period of time, chronic substance user, the problem with using this is that the risk of relapse is very high. And you'll find that one of the biggest challenges for psychiatrists and counselors as well, and psychologists, is to pull that individual out of the drug use, because they might get better with medications, with antipsychotics, with mood stabilizers, with counseling, etc. But the risk of relapse, again, because of peer pressure, because of financial instability, again, they come back again in a few months, in the words. So, prevention is better than cure.
Could you elaborate on how we can prevent substance abuse?
To answer very briefly, in some psychology textbooks, they've actually referred to as parents as the anti-drug. So you have drugs, you have anti-drugs, right? Parents are referred to as the anti-drug in the sense that, to be very honest with you, the amount that parents can do for their children with regards to prevention of substance use, it surpasses what mental health professionals can do as well, because parents are at the root there. Parents really need to, in today's time and age, be very friendly with their children, so that their children can then open up to them and discuss their feelings, so that it can prevent them from using other alternatives like drug use. One of the biggest challenges is that parents have a detachment, as we said in the previous episode. You'll find that parents are no longer talking to their children about their day-to-day life. There's no communication between them. And the biggest problem and the biggest challenge that this comes up with is that when a child or when a teenager wants to seek advice, okay, so for example, he or she is confused about something, and he or she is in that phase or that point in life whereby he or she does not know what needs to be done. If parents are not friendly with their children, what will end up happening is that child will now start seeking guidance and counsel and advice from his peers and from his colleagues and from his friends. And as we all know, friends might not be the best of people. Not all friends are very good with regards to guidance. And that's how peer pressure starts. I don't know what to do, and the friends will tell you, oh, okay, try this, very good, it will relax you, it will calm your mind, not knowing that calming of mind is just temporary, but the effects are permanent and long lasting. You'll find people with regards to peer pressure, some teenagers will come to you, and when they'll come to you and tell you, you've never tried a cigarette, you're 15, you're not a man anymore, with such kind of demeaning statements, which pushes the child to go and try it. So the second point is social circle, your friend circle. We have in a hadith as well, and various other quotes as well. A person is known by the company he keeps. So it is very, very crucial and important for the person to choose his company wisely, and for the parents to know of the child's company as well. Where is he going? Who is he going out with? It is very important because your colleagues, most of the time your colleagues, your peers, your friends are the ones who are going to pull you towards drug and substance use. So we need to be careful with who we hang around with.
Thank you very much for answering our questions, and we'll catch up you guys in the next video talking about home environment and mental stress. See you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.
Thank you.